Thank you for accessing this virtual information session. I am Niralee Patel-Lye, and I serve as the Associate Director of Teacher Education for the Teacher Certification Program for college graduates at the University of Connecticut's Neag School of Education. The University of Connecticut is among the top 25 public universities in the nation. The Neag School of Education is among the top 20 public graduate schools of education in the United States. Our specialty programs are also highly ranked. According to the 2023 U.S. News & World Report rankings, our special education program ranks among the top 20 of its kind in the country. The Teacher Certification Program for college graduates, more often known by the acronym TCPCG, is an accelerated, full-time graduate program that leads to both a Master of Arts in Education and to eligibility for teacher certification in the state of Connecticut. The TCPCG program is currently offered at our regional campuses in Avery Point, Hartford, Stamford, and Waterbury. The TCPCG program focuses primarily on secondary subject areas in grades 7 through 12, including English Language Arts, mathematics, a range of sciences, history, social studies, and various world languages. The special education program focuses on kindergarten through grade 12, while the agricultural education program focuses on preschool through grade 12.
I think what gets me most excited about teaching is kind of seeing the light bulbs go off in kids' heads. I really enjoy seeing those kind of aha moments, or seeing those kind of problem-solving moments, or seeing kids kind of overcome obstacles and stuff, and sort of solving things, becoming sort of mini adults in a way. It's kind of fun. It gave me a lot of the kind of tools that I didn't know that I needed, if that makes any sense, for what it takes to be a teacher. Definitely a big part of it is having the professors that I did, the teaching staff that were available to me. They were top notch. And knowing that the professors have field experience, it's not theory, it's actual practice. I tend to work really well in the smaller group settings, and I felt that was a really big advantage, I guess. Being able to have these kinds of relationships that I did with my classmates was it was very beneficial. Teaching for me is kind of like the family trade. Both my parents are teachers. I've had grandparents that were teachers, sisters, brothers, cousins. So it's something that I've always kind of been around, it's something I've been exposed to, and it always kind of seemed like something I've wanted to do. I knew early on in high school that was the path I wanted to go. I love science in general, and I like sharing that with people. Explaining how phenomenons happen, or trying to explain how something happens. I think when people kind of understand that, and I can see that they understand that really kind of does it for me. And I really enjoyed science, so I figured, why not be a science teacher? Yeah.
The TCPCG program begins with 2 summer sessions. These are 6-week sessions in which teacher candidates take coursework covering topics to lay the foundation for their future coursework and educational practice. These include topics such as learning theories, social and multicultural foundations of education, educational technology, assessment, and more. In addition, teacher candidates in TCPCG spend time in schools every session. This includes both summer sessions and both semesters of the traditional academic year. If you are interested in applying to the Teacher Certification Program for college graduates, you may apply online. Since this program has a summer admission, you will have to scroll to the bottom of the application and select the summer admission term. All applicants will select education as their area. Special education applicants will select the Master of Arts in Educational Psychology as their field, while all other applicants will select the Master of Arts in Curriculum and Instruction as their field. In addition to your application, you will need to upload some supplemental items to the graduate school website. One of these items is a personal statement. This should be no more than 2 pages and should discuss why you want to be a teacher. Another item is a resume that should detail your education and work history. And finally, you should upload unofficial transcripts for any coursework taken at the University of Connecticut. There is a $75 application fee, and applications are accepted from September 15th through December 15th. If you have taken coursework outside of the University of Connecticut, you will need to submit official transcripts for all courses taken. Official transcripts may be emailed if they are e-transcripts or sent via mail if they are hard copy transcripts. If you have transcripts from a college or university outside of the United States, your transcripts must be evaluated by one of the following prior to submission: Education Credential Services, Global Credential Evaluators, Joseph Silney and Associates, or Spantran. You will not need to upload letters of recommendation, a writing sample, GRE and other test scores, or an employment history in order to apply to TCPCG. However, if you are admitted to the program, there are specific testing requirements that must be met, and those scores must be officially submitted no later than May 1st. One of those testing requirements is the Praxis Core Assessment. According to state law, individuals admitted to a teacher education program in the state of Connecticut must either take the Praxis Core Academic Skills for Educators test in reading, writing, and mathematics, or must meet the requirements for a waiver. In order to be eligible for a waiver, applicants must meet the selected criteria based on their SAT, ACT, or GRE scores. For a waiver based on SAT scores, applicants will need to have a combined score of 1100 on math and critical reading, with neither subtest score being below 450 points. Please note that the writing section is not included in the waiver criteria. For a waiver based on ACT scores, candidates must have a score no less than 22 on the English subtest and no less than 19 on the math subtest. For a waiver based on GRE scores, candidates must have a minimum combined score of 297 on the quantitative reasoning and verbal reasoning tests. However, they cannot have a score below 144 in quantitative reasoning or below 150 in verbal reasoning. They must also have a minimum analytic writing score of 4. If you took the ACT prior to October 1989, the SAT prior to 1995, or the GRE prior to 2011, please note that passing scores have changed. You may request your official SAT test scores, ACT test scores, and GRE test scores through the following websites. If you qualify for a waiver, and if you have not yet submitted official SAT, ACT, or GRE scores to the University of Connecticut, you must request official score reports and have them sent directly to the university. The recipient code for the University of Connecticut for the GRE and for the SAT is 3915. The recipient code for the University of Connecticut for the ACT is 0604. If you do not qualify for a waiver, you will need to create an account at ets.org/Praxis. There, you will register to take the Praxis Core assessments. Please be certain to take the assessments and to submit your official test scores no later than May 1st, as you must submit these prior to entering the teaching program. All candidates admitted to the TCPCG program will need to have taken their respective Praxis 2 and the American Council on Teaching of Foreign Languages, also known as ACTFL, exams prior to beginning the program. Special education and agricultural education candidates are not subject to this requirement. The grade point average requirements for admission to TCPCG are as follows: a cumulative GPA of 3.0 for your entire undergraduate career, or a GPA of at least 3.0 for your last 2 undergraduate years, or exceptional coursework, which is defined as a GPA of 3.5 or better, through your entire final undergraduate year. Provisional status will be given to students who have GPAs between 2.6 and 2.99. Applicants who have a GPA below 2.7 must also submit a GPA waiver request. Applicants who have a GPA below 2.6 will be required to complete a minimum of 6 graduate credits with a GPA of at least 3.0 prior to being admitted to the program. In addition, all applicants to TCPCG will need to document that they have taken and passed a United States History Survey course. A list of state-approved courses can be found on the Connecticut State Department of Education website by clicking the link on the slide. A U.S. history course is one that spans a minimum of 100 years. It can be taken at any level, but it must be a minimum of 3 credits. The approximate cost for in-state TCPCG students is $9,000 per semester. Out-of-state costs are approximately 2.5 times greater. There are 4 semesters in the TCPCG program: Summer 1, Summer 2, Fall, and Spring. Scholarship opportunities are available at scholarships.education.uconn.edu. The scholarship application process typically closes in February. Therefore, we encourage applicants to apply to TCPCG early if they are interested in applying for scholarship opportunities. In addition, TCPCG offers a paid residency option. This is an initiative in which we have partnered with selected districts to arrange for students to be paid during their internship semester. Candidates who are admitted to TCPCG will then decide whether or not they would also like to apply to the residency program. Residency placements are not guaranteed, and the decision on whether or not to offer a residency placement rests entirely with the partner district. In our current residency program, our partner districts include Bridgeport, Bristol, Fairfield, Hartford, Waterbury, and Waterford. During the internship semester, candidates who participate in the residency program are immersed in their schools 5 days a week. Based on the district's calendar, they will generally spend 2 days a week working closely with their content area internship mentor teacher, and they will then spend the other 3 days a week filling a range of roles identified by the school. These roles include things such as instructional assistant, substitute teacher, tutor, and more. Candidates who participate in the residency program are paid based on the rates established by the partner district. At this time, rates generally begin at $100 per day. All full-time graduate students, those who are taking 9 credits or more, are eligible to apply for financial aid. If you are interested in applying for financial aid, please submit both of the following FAFSA forms as soon as possible. You will need to submit the 2022-2023 FAFSA for summer 2023, and you will need to submit the 2023-2024 FAFSA for fall 2023 and spring 2024. Please note that the University of Connecticut's school code for financial aid paperwork is 001417. If you have questions, please feel free to contact the University of Connecticut's Financial Aid Office at 860-486-2819. For more information about health insurance options that are available to TCPCG students, please contact Katie Krasuski at the email listed on the slide or call her at 860-430-3338. If you are interested in applying to TCPCG, please apply no later than December 15th. Applications that are received prior to November 1st qualify for priority review. If you would like more information, please visit s.uconn.edu/teach.